Ah, yes, personal data. Like an all-you-can-eat buffet, except you're the buffet and every marketer in the world is walking around with a plate. Some of your data is taken without you noticing, some of it is shared like gossip at a family reunion, and some of you just hand over because you clicked accept all without a second thought. Well, where does all this data actually come from? What's the difference between third, second, first party, and even zero party data? Let's break it down before your inbox gets flooded with yet another "we've updated our privacy policy" email you'll never end up reading. You ever walk into a party and realize everyone already knows your name, your drink order, and that embarrassing thing you did in college? Yes, we know all about it, Steve. That's what it feels like in the world of user data. Companies want to know everything about you, but how they get that information makes all the difference. Some methods are creepy, some are just lazy, and some are actually useful, assuming the company in question knows what to do with it. So let's start at the bottom and work our way up from the most shadiest ways your data gets passed around to the ones that might actually make your life easier. Third-party data. This is the sketchiest type of data, the kind that gets scooped up by companies you've never even heard of, stitched together from 100 different sources and sold off to marketers like it's a clearance sale. Ever searched for hiking boots once and suddenly been bombarded with ads for survival gear and off-grid living? That's third-party data in action. Companies don't collect this data themselves. Instead, they buy it from data brokers who scrape it from websites, apps, and tracking pixels hidden in everything from social media to weather apps. The problem, however, half of the data is outdated or just plain wrong. That's why you keep getting ads for baby strollers, even though you were just buying a gift for your friend's kid. But hey, for companies, it's cheap and easy. Like that gas station sushi you know you shouldn't have eaten. For years, businesses relied on third-party data. Buy a big list, target users, hope for the best. But thanks to privacy regulations like GDPR and CCPA and moves by Apple and even Google to block third-party tracking, this whole ecosystem is slowly falling apart. Which is great news because companies should probably stop treating customer data like a scavenger hunt in the first place. Second-party data is a step up, but just a little. It still feels a little sneaky. Instead of being randomly scraped together from the internet, this is first-party data that gets handed off between companies. Think of it like a friend selling your secrets to someone they swear you totally get along with. You didn't tell that someone directly, but your friend passed the secrets along anyway. This happens a lot between airlines and hotels, retailers and credit card companies, or any strategic partnership where two businesses swap insights. Here's a personalized hotel recommendation, and by personalized they mean vaguely relevant based on what your friend ratted you out for. It's not magic, it's just second-party data at work. Unlike third-party data, this kind of exchange is usually more accurate and a little bit more timely, but it still operates on the assumption that you want brands talking about you behind your back. Some companies are smart about it, making these partnerships feel seamless, others not so much. If you've ever been chased by irrelevant ads just because you clicked on something once, you know exactly what I mean. First-party data. Now we're getting into data that actually makes sense. First-party data is collected directly by the company you're interacting with. Your name, email, purchase history, and all those little behaviors that tell a business what you actually like. When done right, this is a good kind of data collection because it can improve customer experience instead of just making it weird. Think of it like a bartender who remembers your usual order. They're not guessing or making assumptions based on random gossip. They know what you like because you've actually told them, either through purchases, preferences, or interactions. That's why when companies use first-party data properly, it leads to better recommendations, personalized offers, and experiences that don't feel like a shot in the dark. So what's the problem? Not every company knows what to do with it. Some businesses hoard first-party data like a dragon sitting on a pile of gold, but never actually, using it effectively. Others just bombard you with generic offers, proving they weren't really paying attention in the first place. Still, if there's one kind of data collection that makes sense, this is probably it. Zero-party data. The data you actually choose to hand over. It's like dating. If you just ask someone what they like, you don't have to guess based on their shoe size and favorite pizza toppings. I mean, this is really the good stuff. Zero-party data is information you actually choose to give. It's like filling out a survey that asks, hey, what do you actually want? Instead of a company trying to read between the lines, they just ask you directly, what do you like? What are you interested in? What do you actually want from us? And shockingly, when businesses do this, customers are often happy to answer. This kind of data comes from surveys, quizzes, preference centers, places where you voluntarily share information because you know it'll lead to a better experience. It's the digital equivalent of telling a waiter exactly how you want your steak cooked instead of hoping they just get it right. Zero-party data is valuable because it eliminates the guesswork. No more assuming that because you looked at one product, you want to be spammed with 50 others. And because it's given willingly, it builds trust instead of eroding it. Now, although most companies don't even bother to ask, which is why you keep getting ads for pregnancy pillows when all you want is a new office chair, there are companies who are catching on to this, realizing that transparency beats sneaky tracking every time. And honestly, it's about time. At the end of the day, trust is what separates companies that handle data well from those that make you want to delete your account. Customers don't mind personalized experience, but they do mind feeling like they're being watched from the shadows. The brands that ask for data honestly and use it responsibly, they win. They win the loyalty. The ones that hoard it like a government surveillance agency, they get ghosted. Some businesses are finally learning that customers aren't stupid. They know when they're being tracked, and they know when a company respects their privacy. If more brands focus on earning trust instead of chasing loopholes, maybe people wouldn't be so paranoid about data collection in the first place. So what can you actually do about all of this? First, use your privacy settings. Most platforms let you control what's shared, even if they hide those options like an Easter egg in a video game. Reject unnecessary cookies whenever possible. If a website asks for your birthday and you don't need to give it, don't give it. And be selective about which companies you trust. If a brand actually asks for your preferences instead of making creepy assumptions, that's a good sign. At the end of the day, your data is valuable. Treat it like cash, not like free candy at a parade. So there you have it. The messy world of user data in all its creepy, semi-accurate, and sometimes actually useful glory. Third party is a stalker. Second party is a snitch. First party is actually useful, and zero party is you actually speaking for yourself, is what businesses should have been doing all along. But hey, as long as companies keep buying your data like it's the last beer at the party, the ads will never stop coming. If this video made you slightly more paranoid, good. Now go confuse the algorithms by searching for something completely random. I'll see you guys later. Bye.